Alright, Basil, today I'm going to be reading to you a book about a bear named Corduroy. Corduroy lives in a department store. A department store is like a big store. Alright, let's read about Corduroy. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Alright, Corduroy by Don Freeman. Don Freeman wrote the book Corduroy. He's an author. An author writes books, and he wrote a book about Corduroy. That's right. Yeah, and that's his button, but he lost his other button. He doesn't have a button there, and he has to try and find his button. Let's read and find out what happens. Corduroy, Stories and Pictures by Don Freeman. That's his overalls. That's right. That's his overalls. That's what Corduroy wears. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. And there's Corduroy right there. He's sitting with his friends. Yeah, that's one of his friends. That's a clown. That's a bunny. There's a doll and a giraffe. And there's Corduroy.
Yeah.
And he's waiting for someone to buy him.
Yeah.
The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Then one morning, the little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much money already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He lost the button to one of his shoulder straps." Yeah, those are the customers. Those are the shoppers. They're buying all the toys. And look, there's a little girl and her mommy. The little girl wants to buy Corduroy. Yeah, look, you see the man? He's buying a toy. All right, let's see what happened next. Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. "I didn't know I'd lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight, I'll go and see if I can find it." And there's Corduroy, because he didn't know that he lost a button. He says, "I have to go find my button." Let's see what happens next. You ready? All right. Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. Look, there he is climbing down, and there he is trying to find his button.
Yeah.
Let's see if he finds it. You're right. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto an escalator, and up he went. That's right, that's Corduroy, and he's on the escalator. It's going up, 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 up.
The plane on the elevator.
Yeah, that's an escalator. That's right. Could this be a mountain? He wondered. I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. He stepped off the escalator as it reached the next floor, and then before his eyes was a most amazing sight. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. "This must be a palace," Corduroy gasped. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." That's a lot of stuff up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And look at all those beds, and yeah, those are some flowers on the table. And those are some curtains. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's beds and chairs and tables and lamps. Yeah, let's see what happens. All right, ready? He wandered around admiring the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." And up he crawled onto a large, thick mattress. There he is climbing up the mattress. He's climbing onto the bed, Basil. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All at once, he saw something small and round. "Why, here's my button," he cried, and he tried to pick it up. But like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down tight. There he is, trying to pull his button up. Hey, let's look at the book, okay? All right, let's see what happens next. He yanked and pulled with both paws until pop! Off came the button, and off the mattress Corduroy toppled. Uh-oh, it looks like he fell off the mattress. Do you think he's okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Bang! Into a tall floor lamp. Over it fell with a crash. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going his rounds on the floor above. When he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. There's the police. There's the night watchman. He's coming down the escalator because he heard Corduroy fall, and he's trying to find out who made that noise. Now, who in the world did that? He exclaimed. Somebody must be hiding around here. He flashed his light under and over the sofas and the beds until he came to the biggest bed of all. And there he saw 2 fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the cover. Can you find the fuzzy brown ears? Well, that's right. Who do you think is under there? Is it Corduroy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Corduroy. That's right. Hello, he said. How did you get upstairs? Now there's Corduroy. Corduroy must be scared. Do you think he might be scared or surprised?
Yeah.
Yeah. The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator. See, there's Corduroy and there's the night watchman. They're going back downstairs to the toy store. So the watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator and set him on the shelf in the toy department with all the other animals and dolls. And do you think Corduroy was sleepy after that big adventure? Yeah, that's right. That's the mailman going down the escalator. And there he is back with all his friends, safe and sound. And it looks like they're all in bed because it's nighttime.
Yeah.
Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came into the store in the morning. And there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he had seen only the day before. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah.
I'm Lisa, she said, and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night, I counted what I've saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home. Oh boy, Lisa must be so excited. Shall I put him in a box for you? The sales lady asked. Oh, no thank you, Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment and straight into her own room. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like the enormous palace in the department store. This must be a home, he said. I know, I've always wanted a home. Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. I like the way you are, she said, but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened. You must be a friend, said Corduroy. I've always wanted a friend. Me too, said Lisa, and gave him a big hug. The end. Did you like that book?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. All right, Basil, I'm going to be asking you some questions, okay?
Okay.
All right, Basil. Do you have any teddy bears at home? Do you have any? Yeah, you do?
I have.
All right. How many teddy bears do you have? You have 5 teddy bears?
Yeah.
Alright, and what color are the teddy bears? What color? Are they brown, black? What color are they?
Blue.
They're blue?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, thank you for answering those questions, Basil. Alright, Alright, so Corduroy was a teddy bear, right? And this is a teddy bear, just like Corduroy. Would you like to look at the teddy bear?
Yeah.
Would you like to hold it?
No.
No? Alright. Do you want to look at him? Or do you want to... Where do you want to have it? Right? He can look at you right there. Alright. See, he's just like Corduroy. He is a teddy bear.
Where's his button?
You know, he doesn't have any buttons. That's a good observation. He didn't come with any buttons, but he does have a bow tie. Look, you see the little bow tie?
Yeah.
But that's a good observation, Basil. All right. Okay, Basil. So for this last activity, I'm going to have you find a button. Let me show you the button. All right. This is a button, just like Corduroy had on his overalls. Yeah, and look, okay, so I'm gonna go hide it. You have to close your eyes, and you're gonna have to find it, okay? Close your eyes. No peeking. All right, Basil, are you ready to find the button again?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Careful now. Where do you want to start? Let's start in this area right here, okay? Is that okay? Try moving some books around. See if you can find the button. Any luck? Did you find it yet?
No.
No. Did you find it?
No.
Try going over there, Basil. Look, try going over there. Alright. You're pretty close, but not quite. Is the button over there? No. Alright. What about in this section over here? Do you think it's underneath one of these books?
Yeah.
It might be.
Yeah.
See if you can find the button. You're so close, Basil. You're so close. Could it be under the green book?
This one book?
Yeah, see if you... Did you find it? Good job, Basil. Give me the button. Alright. Give me a high five, Basil. You found the button. Good job. Alright, can you put the books back where they were?
Yeah.
Let's clean up the books. Such a good job, Basil.